was about a couple weeks ago when Brad Coletti contacted me. Not only is he a true rock star and a great guitarist, but he's a perfect gentleman. It is my distinct pleasure to present to you and to be interviewing Scarecard. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on, bud? How you
How's
doing?
it going? How's the weather over there? Why don't we start off with introductions? You can kind of go from left to right, I guess, which would be the gentleman with the guitar and the orange shirt, and just kind of go over and your role in the band.
Well, my name's David, and I am the bass player.
All right, great.
And great vocals there. I'm
Great
Sean.
vocals as well.
Awesome.
I'm Sean, and I play the drums.
Awesome.
Jeff, the singer, harmony guitar player.
Excellent.
Bradley, guitar.
Rob and rhythm guitar.
All right, fantastic. Well, it's nice to meet all you guys, and it's great to be doing this interview with you. We did an interview last night with Breaking Solace. It went very well, and I think this one's going to do just as good. So my first question is going to be, what do you guys consider your genre of music to be, and why you connect with it most?
I'd say it's hard rock.
Hard rock, yeah, it's a culmination of different eras, you know.
Right,
Trying to
right.
make them come home as much as possible.
I think a lot of musicians are saying nowadays, I don't really just put myself in one genre box. I think sometimes, when I play this song, it's this genre, and I play this song, it's sort of a combination. And I think that's fantastic to see how music is evolving that way, that we're not just putting ourselves into one box. We can be very versatile and do a variety of styles of music. And it sounds like that's what Scarecard is all about. Am I right?
Yeah, well said.
Yeah.
Very good. So let's talk about the name Scarecard. How'd you guys come up with that name?
Well, it took us about a month and a half to try to find a name. And I mean, we all scoured the internet constantly. And Sean had mentioned he liked poker, something, like, what was it, blackjack?
We were throwing around poker terms.
Right.
So
So I went on a Google and I typed up poker and I found a site that had terms from A to Z. So by the time I got to S and I saw Scarecard, I'm like, wait a minute. That just stuck. So I did a search. There was no Scarecard out there, thank God. That was a big problem.
Right.
Everybody with a halfway common name is taking. So I sent it to Sean and he went, I'm not laughing at that. That's actually really good.
it was like the first song that nobody had a problem with.
Right.
Everybody was like, okay. So
yeah.
It is a really cool name, and it stands out. It's definitely a nice name that it just, it's kind of got that unique and distinct character to it that you're just not going to forget. I love it. Now let's talk about the gear that each of you use. You can go from left to right again, and that's kind of a personal thing. Everybody's gear, is specific. So what types of gear do you guys play with?
Well, I have an old Washburn bass that's like my best friend that I've had on the road for years and years and years. But just recently, I've graduated to the 5-string, and I acquired a Music Man Stingray 5-string bass, and I love it. It was actually a guitar of a friend of mine, and when he sold it, he let me know, and I bought it from him, and I've been playing it ever since. I love that. And then, as far as amplification is concerned, I play through a Fender amp. It's not the old classic Fender amps, but it's one of the newer Fender amps, and I think it sounds really, really good. And that's pretty much what I use in a nutshell.
Fantastic.
I play Pearl drums, Sabian cymbals. I'll break any stick.
Right on.
And I'll play anything too. I'm not in bed with any of those companies. So anybody want to throw me some drums, I'll take them.
Right, there you go. There's a perfect opportunity. Those companies want to endorse somebody. Go hit him up. He'll support you.
Get my name out there. We'll do this.
That's it. You heard him. I hope those people out there hear you and they take you up on that.
All right.
Go ahead next.
Jeff, hey, I play Washburn acoustic guitar, Gibson Les Paul, Marshall 412 cabinet, Hardkey 412 anniversary cabinet, guitar cabinet, Line 6 head, and a Marshall head.
Very cool. Very nice.
I've always been a Les Paul guy myself. I've been playing Les Pauls for as long as I can remember, but probably about 10 years ago I started getting into ESPs too, and they had the ESP Eclipse 2s, and they had the Les Paul look to them. a lot lighter, really fat sound. So I've been playing those for quite a while, but I kind of go back and forth between ESPs and Les Pauls. But hey, it's a win-win.
And would you say there's some similarities between the two, or is there what are the differences?
Yeah, the weight is the big difference.
Weight?
ESPs are much lighter. Yeah. They have jumbo frets on them. They just feel great. They have EMG pickups. They sound fantastic.
Very cool.
Amplification. I'm right now still running a Line 6. I got MK2, Wagner all tube head. Full stack. Typically, I only run one half cabinet though, depending on the size of the venue. Yeah, so I got a bunch of guitars, but my main axes are Les Pauls and ESPs.
Very cool.
And I play Jackson guitars. I got a couple of Jacksons. I have a couple of LTDs that I've been playing recently. I love flying V's. And I play out of Ampeg amp. I have a half stack V140. And the wall of sound.
Yeah, we call them the wall of sound.
Oh yeah.
That's
I've seen your equipment on stage. It looks very impressive when you guys are out there, and I was eyeing it all up, and I said these guys have really got the real deal going on. So it's pretty sweet. Excellent answers. Let's move on. As far as Scare Card goes, and we know there's a lot of competition out there. What sets Scare Card apart from all the other bands out there?
I think the main thing, like I mentioned before, we don't really pay attention too much to what everybody else is doing. We just pay attention to what we're doing, and we write stuff to make ourselves happy, and we keep playing until we're all happy. And we just really don't, I think our high energy might set us apart a little bit, and and I like to think we're fun to be around. We get along with everybody.
Yeah.
People always say that they can see the passion
when
we're on stage live. So, and I think with the top bands, that's what you see is passion, and you deliver, and people see that, they see the fun.
Yeah, and I also see that vintage hard rock sound that just exists inside you, and it's just like on fire, and I love it. I love the '80s metal bands and the hair bands, and it was such an era. And I love the grunge too. That's great, but it seems like with that, some of that kind of died back a little bit. But it's nice to know that there's a band out there called Scare Card that's still got the long hair and still bringing that vintage sound. And when you hear those first few riffs of the guitar, and you feel like you're right there, it's just fantastic. I think that you bring that vintage quality, but at the same time, you still offer that whole big versa that you can do anything. And I just love what you guys are about, and I love the sound that you guys are bringing forth. And that's why I said, like, in the article that we wrote, that you kind of remind me of the band Steel Dragon and the movie Rockstar. I kind of get that feeling. And we'll talk more about that in a second. But I think when I talked to Brad, he had mentioned you guys were maybe working on a new video. Is there a new video going on in the works you want to talk about?
Yeah. We're still in the planning phase of that. We have a couple of ideas, things we want to do. We had an option of going in front of a big green screen, but we're still trying to work out all the details. But shows are coming up, and we're still working on material. But we plan on, I don't know, maybe by the end of the summer, I think, or before the end of the summer, trying to put something together. We definitely need to get that done.
I think that'll be great when you do that, and please let us know. We'll help circulate that. I think that'll be a really nice, high-quality video once you're set and done. With the way you guys are set and the image that you guys portray, I think it'll be phenomenal. So we look forward to the new video that's coming in the summer.
We'll premiere it.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, we'll have you world premiere it for us.
Absolutely. We'd love to. That'd be an honor. I appreciate that, guys. So moving into my next question, like I said just a moment ago, in the article I did the comparison between Scare Card and Steel Dragon. We know Steel Dragon's a band in the movie called Rockstar, and I just thought this would be for fun because to me that signature song, Stand Up and Shout, just stands out to me as on fire, and I just thought that Jeff would be someone that could pull that off. And just stand up. I can't do it, but you can probably pull. And you don't have to hold back, just for fun. Anybody wants to try it. I just thought let it rip in your best rocker singing voice, mate. Give it that shot, and you can do it your own way. Make it your own, if you want.
Stand up and shout.
That was great, man. That was really great. I love it. So, thank you for that. That was really, really good. I like that so much. I love the long hair. There's other bands out there that have had the long hair, and after time goes by, you look at them and they've got the short hair. Is the long hair with you guys to stay, or is that something that may change down the road?
We have a rule after the show. After the show, if you can pull a brush right through your hair, then you didn't work hard enough. So if we cut the hair, the brush goes right through it. That's the rule.
I like the fact that you guys got the long hair and you're sporting that and you're happy with it. I think it's all about image. It's that we talk about. It's not just going on stage and just singing or whatever. There's so much that goes involved. It's not just the quality of music, but it's it's your showmanship. You guys have got that. It's got your image. And it's just nice to see the long hair band still exist out there. And I think it's just perfect for your image and the band name and everything that you're portraying. So you could have that long hair as until you're 80, as far as I'm concerned, and that would be fantastic in my book.
It's who we are, really. It's just who we are.
Exactly.
We've come to accept it.
I was kind of going back in time, and I was kind of looking back at some of the old bands, that had the long hair and stuff, and I'm just wondering, like, at some point, would you guys think you would maybe follow some of them would basically take it so far as where they were wearing the same leather pants and the same black vest and stuff, and they're kind of matching, and they had everything. And they came out, they kind of had that similarity. I'm not saying that you have to take it to the level of it being a glam band where you have all the makeup and stuff. You could do that, but would you think that at some point when you got to that level, you might do some matching pants and stuff like that, and kind of really pull that level of it off as well? Or do you just want to all be unique and do your own look when you're on stage?
Unique and still be uniform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
All belong in the same band, but yet have our own individual identity.
Yeah, and I think that we have embraced a lot of the new music too. We definitely have our classic rock influences, but we like a lot of the look of the new music. So it'll kind of be a blend of a little bit of the new stuff and mixed in with the old stuff.
Right. We let Jeff dress up, and we just kind of
So you put it all on Jeff, the lead singer. I like that. Since you mentioned influences, you kind of touched on it. Do you want to kind of go across the board and mention some of your influences? I mean, for me, Metallica is still one of my favorite bands, all-time favorite bands. But I'll let you do the talking.
Yeah, I definitely could say Metallica was one of them. Queensryche, Iron Maiden. I was a big Maiden fan. One of the things about Queensryche is the vocals. I really enjoy vocals. I think that's another thing that kind of separates us from some of these newer bands, is that we kind of embrace the old vocals with some harmonies in it. Yeah. Not worried about trying to be too ugly sounding.
Right.
It's kind of like the old music where you could actually understand what the lyrics are. So that's kind of what we kind of do. And I like that Queensryche sound where there's a story to tell, and the lyrics and the harmonies are important. I would say that. You guys would
absolutely agree. 100%.
Excellent.
By Tommy Lee completely, and Queensryche is where I sort of honed, through my learning years. I would play album after album. Queensryche just play to it. That's my deal right there.
And by the way, from drummer to drummer, I mean, I've watched your videos now a number of times. I try to do that. I try to prepare before I talk to new bands and stuff. And you're phenomenal. You're really a great drummer. I think what's nice about Scarecard is that you guys have been together for 2 years, but you're the same band, and you're not looking to make any changes. You're looking to keep that. No matter what we go through, we're going to stay together. I think that's pretty nice, because sometimes bands have no choice but having to find it just doesn't work. No matter how many times it's like a circular peg trying to go in a square peg in a square hole or something, and it doesn't work out. But I like the fact that you guys are really tight knit, and it looks like you guys are there to stay. But yeah, you are a really, really good drummer. I just wanted to point that out. And
thanks so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's always.
You're all very talented, by the way. I don't want to just start from top to bottom. And that's what makes a great band, right? So now let's talk about your fans, because it's really all about the fans, and they're the ones that support, and they're the ones that come out. Why don't we take a little bit of time and talk about what your fans mean to you, and would you go the extra mile for your fans? What do they mean to you? Let's talk about it.
I have one saying, and there's no fans, they're friends. And I always tell anybody I talk to, you're a friend. We shake hands, but we hug. That's everybody's a friend. So that's one thing. It's a genuine feeling that I have for anybody that will come out and watch us and support us. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm sure these guys feel exactly the same way.
We have a lot of great friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Our friend base is getting larger every time we play. So we're
great.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're all five very humble guys. So, we write really nice comments on our Facebook page, and you just sit there in amazement. It's just a wonderful feeling, and all you can do is thank them, and really, it's heartfelt,
I think that's great.
Somebody wrote I forget, I posted a video of us the other night, like Wednesday night. Somebody wrote, you guys keep rocking, keep doing it. And I was just blown away. I don't even know who it was. I just, it was amazing.
Right, and I would just say, I remember when you're a youngster, right, and you look up to all those musical influences, you're like, wow, they're so fantastic, and those are my rock star idols, and stuff. And now you're at that point where the younger generation is looking to you, and that's where they find the music. And I think that's got to be a reward in itself, just knowing that these young guys say, man, I went to a Scarecard concert. I remember some of my favorite concerts when I was young was going to the bands that weren't really the main headliners yet. They were the ones that were in the area, and they were jamming out and rocking out, and they were fantastic. And I saw them when they were early, and then 5 years later they were mega. It's stuff like that. It's just, but the influence that you have, the songs that you sing, and how it can affect somebody's life. I think you guys wrote a song about our military. Was with the desert. What was the name of it?
Desert Hero.
Desert Hero. And so, I mean, think about how many soldiers or soldiers' families that's impacting and making a difference in their lives. And that's what it's all about. And that's what music's about. I mean, what kind of world would this be if there was no music? I don't think I'd want to be in it at all. So the fact that you guys are out there and doing what you do, it's just it's amazing, and you guys deserve that credit, and you deserve that support. And if label deals come your way or endorsements come your way, people need to treat you right, and people need to respect you and give you what you deserve, because there's a lot of hard work that goes into making this music, and there's a lot of time that goes in, a lot of sacrifice, and you deserve that. And if someone's not going to give you that for that, then you move on to the next one, and that's what you do. But I want to point that out there. Do you guys have any music that people can buy right now? Is there anything out there, whether it's on electronic?
Yeah, we've got we've got two records or two CDs out. One's on a first one. It was a put together of some of the live tracks we've done, and we just got done doing a new EP called Scarecard. It's a new studio EP that came out really well. It's on iTunes. Both of them you can buy on iTunes.
Okay, just iTunes, or can they find them in the other places at Amazon?
We're on CD Baby.
You're everywhere.
Yeah, I think they're on all your digital
Amazon.
outlets.
We're doing Amazon. Yeah.
All your
Okay.
normal-
So in case anyone didn't hear that, they're on iTunes. You can get them on Amazon. I'm sure it's Spotify, CD Baby, wherever you can find music, find Scarecard, buy their music. It's important to support these artists by buying their music, buying their albums, support them so they can go further, so they can make more great music for you and do more and greater things. So please remember that. Look for them on these online venues and purchase their music. Support them. I say it over and over again. So,
Thanks so much. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
you're welcome. Yeah, that's
And listen, and
important.
you can come to our site, Facebook, and like us, and let us know which songs you like. Give us some feedback. So
There you go.
as writing, we'll write in that direction. Let us know what songs you guys like, so we know which ones you guys like. So.
There you go. So give them some feedback. Let them know what they're doing, what you like. If you like everything, tell them you like everything. Just give them the feedback. That helps them make the music. That's fantastic. I know where you come from. That's important. So does anybody else have anything to say about fans, or we could pretty much move on to the next question? We're good? I think you guys answered that very well. The next question, and I think I might end this question with this interview because I don't want it to go on so long, but I think it's important. We talked a little bit about it last night in the interview last night. But I think it's important just to take a few minutes to talk about Chris Cornell and his passing and how that affected you. I know it was really impacting to me. I think that goes back to when I was a teenager, a late teenager, listening to Soundgarden and Black Hole Sun and Rusty Cage and Spoon Man. We'd be singing in the car together. My cousin and I going off to a camping trip, and this guy with just such a signature voice, with such a beautiful voice, and then to have this situation after having such an epic concert, it just doesn't make sense. I was really very saddened and still saddened about the passing of Chris Cornell, and I'll just let you guys say what you want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if it does any good for anything, if it brings light to depression, maybe drug abuse or anything, you know, as long as it's not in vain, you know, you hate to see it just go, and you know, with Kurt Cobain and Lane Staley and, you know, these guys, if it brings light to depression and some of the things, you know, on the outside, you can look so happy, and on the inside, there's a battle within that some people just don't understand. So, you know, I just would hate to see it go and there be, you know, no bright light. So let there be a little, you know, at least an eye-opening to depression and some of the things people go through.
That's good. That's good. And I would like to say, too, if you're in a band and you might suspect, I mean, because it's like maybe there's some cover-up, but you guys have a very grueling schedule, and I mean, like to go on tour and to play performance after performance and always try to give your best. Sometimes you might not be feeling good. Sometimes you might have the flu and you have to get up there and try to give your best every time. Just try to look out for each other and try to learn from this situation and say, you know what, if we have to cancel tonight, or, you know, as soon as we finish the show, we're spending some time together, or we're going somewhere and we're going to take care of this. But just, I feel bad that it seems like there was nobody with Chris at that time in his room, and he had that moment. I wish there could have been somebody that was with them. And if there are ever those signs, you know, try to be there if you can. Maybe sometimes there's no way you can always be there every moment. But if you suspect that, try to work together, help each other, and try to get the help that you need, because it just doesn't affect one thing. It just affects so many people. It's and I don't know. I really at a loss for words, but I just wanted to throw that out. I don't know if you have any other remaining things to say, but that's what I would say. Try to take care of yourselves while you're out on tour, because it is not everybody can do that type of schedule and that type of performing, and it is a lot of work. It's like everybody's up there happy and making music, and everybody just thinks it makes it look easy, and it does. You do make it look easy, but it's not. It's a lot of hard work when you do that day in and day after, and all the tour buses and wherever you got to go. You know, just take the downtime that you need and the fun, and make sure you guys are taking care of yourself. That's my word of wisdom to put out.
Very wise.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
All right, guys. So I think we can move on to the last segment, which is, I think you guys have a song you're going to play for us, right?
Yeah, sure. We'll give it a try.
Okay, and you want to talk about, before you play the song, do you want to say what that song is and just talk about it for a moment?
The song's called Shine. It's a poem. Years ago, I had written it and I brought it back to the band and we worked it up and made it our own. And it's more so poetry. You know, there's really no definite meaning behind it. It's just, I was writing what I felt at the time.
Yeah, and the first time I heard it, I fell in love with the song. I mean, it kind of reminds me of New England a little bit, talking about autumn and the leaves and all that stuff, and it took me right back to New England. And I don't know, it's one of my favorite songs that Jeff wrote, and yeah, it's a great song.
All right, well, fantastic. It sounds great. Without further ado, I'll leave you guys to it.
Wrapped around me, caress me now. It's time to stand still. Dancing light, move silent, and speaks of winter. Be still and close feelings down. On the leaves, Summer's gone like a wind blowing through the trees. And I see moonlight dancing on the stars tonight. And I see glimmering your eyes. Why can't the stars fall like rain? Why can't tomorrow be like yesterday? If tomorrow comes, let it shine on me. This ain't the way that it's supposed to be. Day by day, life drifts right on by me. Trade your soul, time wax to fly away. Look within, move on, and don't look back. Be real, you can't forget your past. On your knees, falling down all around. Summer's gone, like the wind blowing through the trees. And I see moonlight dancing on the stars tonight. And I see her in your eyes. Why can't the stars fall like rain? And why can't tomorrow be like yesterday? If tomorrow comes, let it shine on me. This ain't the way that it's supposed to be. Why can't the stars fall like rain? Why can't tomorrow be like yesterday? Tomorrow comes, let it shine on me. This ain't the way that it's supposed to be. What the future holds, but I can tell you, you're in my soul. I know why, like I knew it would. And I can tell you, it won't stand still. Why can't the stars fall like rain? Why can't tomorrow be like yesterday? If tomorrow comes, let it shine on me. This ain't the way that it's supposed to be. Why can't the stars fall like rain? Why can't tomorrow be like yesterday? If tomorrow comes, let it shine on me. This ain't the way that it's supposed to be.
Very good, guys. What a great song. Very meaningful. I really, really enjoyed that, and I'm sure everybody else did. I'm sure the audience did. So, without further ado, let's kick back and enjoy Scare Card's live video, finally.
Some bitches that we party with all the time. We got to go!